Ciao, I'm Vito DiSalvo, and this is La Dolce Vita. You know, I'm so excited. Tonight's the premiere party for La Dolce Vita. We're gonna have ice carvings, great music, and I prepared a fantastic menu for you. You know, I just spent the last 3 years in Italy, and I miss so many things about it already. But thanks to Delalo's Market, food isn't one of them. Come check it out with me. Well, I'm here shopping for the aperitivo, and the aperitivo in Italian is basically a cocktail. And instead of serving potato chips and pretzels, we're going to start with a nice array of olives. Great antipasti. So I'm so fortunate that Delalo's, being close to me, is one of the largest importers of olives in the United States. They have so many different varieties. I would imagine at least 40 here. Not even in Italy have I seen this array of olives in one place. A lot have been mixed with peppers, pepperoncini, any kind of thing you want. Garlic, olive oils, herbs, spices of any sort, oregano, rosemary. And the variety in colors and sizes of olives can brighten up any buffet. So I'm going to gather a good bit and we'll head on our way. Continue shopping. Another thing Italy is very well known for is its cured meats. Soppressatas, salamis, pancetta, even mortadella. This is one of my favorites, mortadella with pistachios. This originated in Bologna. That's why we always get the name bologna. Another one of my favorites, prosciutto, originating in Parma. I could live on this, a little bit of bread. So I'm gonna gather up a few ingredients and I'll see you in the kitchen. Let's go. We're here at the restaurant now. We're going to start cooking for our big festival tonight, the aperitivo. And I'm here at Jackson's Restaurant, Rotisserie and Bar with the chef, Jeff Coleman. How you doing, Jeff?
Ciao, Vito.
So tell me, this is about new American cuisine here.
Yes,
Jackson's, right?
yes, it's seasonal. We try to use the freshest ingredients that are available locally and in season, like tomatoes right now coming into late summer and fall are at their best. So we try to focus on that.
Okay, well let's jump right into the first thing we're making here.
Okay, we're going to marinate teardrop tomatoes.
Okay.
You can use a grape tomato or a cherry tomato. You need to cut them in half. Okay. Then we're going to use a good handful of fresh arugula.
I love arugula. That's something they use in Italy a lot.
Yes, it's very aromatic. It's very nice. And we're going to take a good sized piece of fresh mozzarella, and you're just going to break it up.
Now this is something easy to do at home too.
Yeah, it's really quick. You can let it sit for 20 minutes, you can let it sit for a day, or you can eat it right away. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we're going to add just a little bit of salt, some pepper.
That's ground black pepper.
Yes. Okay. And we're going to use balsamic vinegar.
Now I know the saying here at Jackson's is nothing better.
Nothing better, that's right. You just want to mix that up. I added good extra virgin olive oil. It's important that the olive oil is not acidic. It needs to taste good just on its own. And that's it.
Looks great.
Okay. All right.
Okay, another dish we're going to make now is a grilled calamari, right?
Grilled calamari, yes. It's most places serve fried calamari, but we do it a little differently with the mesquite grill. It takes a little longer to cook than normal, instead of being quickly fried. It's marinated in milk for 24 hours. The lactic acid helps to break down the calamari and eats a little nicer. And it's served with a banana pepper relish. It's cooked slowly till it caramelizes and gets some brown on it. So if you want to get started with that.
Sure. Now you can do this on an outside grill too. I notice you have a nice wood burning grill here.
Yes.
That's great for flavor. But,
yeah, it's very aromatic. It adds a lot of flavor to whatever that you're cooking. But you could do it on a gas grill. That would be equally as good.
Good. Now, when you say a long time, what's a long time now?
Like if you were frying calamari, you were dropping for about 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. With grilled calamari, it's about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a considerable difference in the cooking time.
Right. Now, the banana pepper relish, you're going to cook down nice and slow for about 20 minutes?
Yeah, you want to get a nice brown on it, get it caramelized, and really let the flavors all develop together. Just to finish, while it's still cooking, you're going to have a little lemon juice.
I noticed you put in a little lemon zest as well.
I do. I zest a little bit of the lemon. It has more of the natural citrus flavor of the lemon.
Okay.
Okay. Now
So
we
I'll just
have a
switch
little
the
bit
Heat
of
that
banana
up.
pepper relish. And you want to get a nice brown on it. It's nice and caramelized. We're going to finish that right here.
Okay. Looks good. See that? Looks great.
All right.
People are
We're
going to
finished.
love that. Okay, now this is your signature dish, right? The crab
Yeah,
cake.
this is one of our signature dishes. We have a lot of people that come out to the restaurant just to try these crab cakes. Okay, so we're using a little chive, some scallion.
Now you're going to have the recipe too.
Yeah. Red pepper, a little Dijon, mayonnaise, a little white wine.
Now, when you're using jumbo lump, the great thing about it is how lumpy it is. You want to break that up
You
into
don't.
little.
You want to be careful while you're doing it. You really want to have the lump in there. Okay, you're going to use breadcrumbs to bind the crab cakes. And you're just adding as you need them.
Now, those are Pecco breadcrumbs.
They are panko breadcrumb. They're a little coarser than an average breadcrumb.
If you just took some fresh bread and put that in your Cuisinart, you could just do the same thing.
It would work just as well, yeah. Okay. Now, if you feel that right there, see, it's become sticky, and you can actually form the crab cake.
Okay.
Now, a little extra that we do at Jackson's is we use katafi. It's a shredded phyllo, and what you do is you can take a mold. You don't have to use a mold. You could just do it with your hands. You put a little katafi down in there.
Now, katafi, now, can you find this? Is this easy to find? I mean, I've seen it before working in restaurants, but...
In a specialty store, you should be able to find it.
Now, it's like a shredded phyllo, right?
It is a shredded phyllo. You could take regular phyllo dough and shred it at home if you'd like. So we take that on the bottom and the top.
Okay.
You're just going to put that in there. What it does is it adds a crunch to the crab cake. It's a nice texture. I have a pan on medium heat with a little olive oil, and you're just going to brown each side of your crab cake in the olive oil.
Now, would these crab cakes work if you didn't put that katafi on?
Absolutely. You could just brown them in olive oil just the same way.
Okay, great.
You just want to get them lightly brown. And at this point, you want to take them and you're going to put them in your oven for about 4 to 5 minutes until they're hot all the way through and they're ready to go. All right.
Look at those.
And after the 3 or 4 minutes, they're nice and brown and the katafi is going to become crunchy. I'm going to go ahead and plate those.
Wow, that looks good.
Okay. And that's it.
When we come back, we'll finish our elegant appetizers with quail eggs crostini, champagne oysters, and a dish I prepared on the Italian Riviera. Okay, now this is really going to be the most intricate of my antipasti here. This is going to be a quail eggs benedict. Now, an eggs benedict is basically a pancetta on top of a poached egg with a hollandaise sauce.
Right.
Now, I put a little difference in mine. What I did is I took some toast, some regular white toast, and cut them out, toasted these. Now I took some of our good Delalo's pancetta.
Okay.
I browned those off.
What if you didn't have pancetta?
You could use bacon if you wanted.
Canadian bacon, okay.
And I really like baked those so they're nice and crispy. Now what I did is I took quail eggs, okay? You open these up and we want to poach these. Now when you poach, you want to be sure that your water's not too hot. You don't want it to boil. So if it is, turn it down just a little bit, and you always want to add a little vinegar.
Sure.
Why? Because the vinegar will help help pull the egg together. If not, the egg will break apart.
The pectin in the egg that holds it all together, the whites.
So you want to drop that in very slowly. Drop in our other one.
Okay. Now how long do they take to cook?
Very little, because you want to leave them. I like to leave them a little runny inside.
A little runny inside.
So if you want them cooked well, you could leave them in there. But I like to have them probably about 30 seconds. And you always want to have a little ice water. What I'm going to do is drop them in a little ice water, and I'm going to heat them later because they're going to be hard to handle to put the whole thing together. Now, if you were making eggs Benedict at home, you'd just put it right on and boom.
Hot and serve, yeah.
Exactly. But I'm gonna cool these down.
Okay.
See how
and they're pretty delicate inside.
They are. They're very delicate.
You have to be pretty careful when
it's holding
when
together
touching
well,
them.
though.
Yeah.
So while those are cooking, I'll tell you about the hollandaise sauce. Now,
Okay.
hollandaise is a basic sauce. I just made this ahead.
One of the mother sauces.
One of the mother sauces. Basically, all you do is you take vinegar, reduce that down with black peppercorns for a vinegar reduction. You take the egg yolks and whip that over a water bath until it get like a ribbon-like consistency. So after that, what I did, now classically, they finish that with clarified butter.
Right.
Now what I did is I put in extra virgin olive oil because I've been living in Tuscany and used to using olive oil for everything. I don't use butter anymore. Okay, so our eggs are cooked.
Okay.
So basically all we're going to do is put our little sandwich together now.
Okay.
So I'm going to take our little toast points. Now you want to really have a nice clean towel and pat dry because you don't want any water running on that making the bread soggy.
Sure.
So just pat that dry for a second and then put that right back on.
Okay.
So we're just going to finish our little quail eggs Benedict with a little of our hollandaise sauce. Put the pancetta right on top of the egg.
Okay.
And we're just going to throw it back up top in the salamander for a second.
Just to brown it a bit.
Just to brown it and just get it hot, nice, right before we put it out.
Okay.
That's it bubbling away. And there you go.
Okay.
And now for my next trick, we're going to be making prawns cooked with cream and honey. What we're going to do here is these are already cleaned. These are head on, so you can tell they're fresh. And we're going to just clean the insides out, leaving the tail on as well. So basically what we want to do, you want to throw some olive oil in that pan?
Absolutely. And we got the pan extremely hot, right?
Yes. You want a nice sear on these. I'm going to season them up with a little salt. Now this is something I made working in the Italian Riviera. This is what they did a lot.
And that pan is pretty hot. It's going to cook them pretty quick.
Right. Well, you
brown them on each side.
just want to give them a sear on one side, and as soon as it sears, we're going to throw in the cream and the honey.
Okay.
And it's going to cook in that almost in a liquid. So you really just want to give it a quick sear.
All right.
One quick toss. And then a little bit of the honey, a little drizzle. And then your cream.
And how long does it take to cook?
Not even a minute.
Okay.
Now, you don't want to overcook your shrimp too.
Right.
So if they start to overcook, you can take them out and let the cream and the honey keep cooking.
Continue to reduce, sure.
But it should really only take about a minute. There, it's almost done right now. You just want to, you're looking for like a caramel-like consistency.
Okay. It smells wonderful.
Okay, if you want to throw in a little of that sauce. Now, if you look at it, it's really like a caramel.
It does. It smells like caramel a bit,
This
too.
is really something nice I like to start my meal with. A little glass of champagne, if you took a strawberry as a garnish.
Okay.
Very simple at
These
dinner
along with
parties
the
or something like that. It's a great starter. Okay, so what we're going to do here for our last one is probably my favorite as an appetizer. Oysters on the half shell. Okay?
All right.
I have a little difference though.
Okay.
I love to drink champagne with oysters.
Me too.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the two as is. What I did is I took some great champagne, because this is La Dolce Vita and Jackson's restaurant, so we can use good champagne and make ice out of it. And that's what we did. We took the champagne and we froze it for about 2-3 hours until it's like almost like a slush ice right there. And it's all straight champagne. Now what we're going to do is you want to open your oysters. You want to be very careful when doing this. You want to make sure you have an oyster knife. Put one hand over and throw it right in this back here. Pinch it up and make sure to not stick your knife inside because you don't want it to cut the oyster.
Right.
You want to just lift all the way through the top and cut the muscle at the top of the shell. you want to do the same thing at the bottom. Be very careful. You want to cut this muscle so it's the oyster is completely lodged
Separated,
from the shell.
Sure.
Now, you want to be careful and leave in that, what they call liqueur of the oyster. That's its own natural flavor. Now, that's still
it
good.
smells like salt water.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little of this ice, the champagne ice, and just place it right on top of the oyster.
Okay.
That way, when you take a nice oyster shoot, you have that champagne and oyster, and I think that's a great flavor. So we're just going to do a couple of these, and we're going to go put them on our ice sculptures.
All right.
We made a big oyster shell, and we're going to fill that up with whole fresh oysters.
That sounds great.
So you're going to give me a hand here, and then we'll head over and
Absolutely.
put them in the shells.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you missed any of the recipes, again, you can find them on the website at www.ladolcevitatv.com. And I know Jackson's Restaurant has a website as well, right?
Yes, we do. It's experiencejacksons.com. We have a list of the calendar events, and you can also make reservations online.
This morning we made some incredible ice sculptures, and I'll show you just how we did it when we come right back.
Ciao, Vito.
Hey Joe, how you doing?
Great. Good to see you again.
You too. Well, I promised you some ice sculptures tonight for our party, and I brought to you Joe Mastro, my teacher. Joe's the first certified teacher in the United States for ice sculpting, right?
Right. We had the first accredited by the American Culinary Federation ice sculpting class that you could take outside of a standard culinary program. You could come here and learn ice sculpting and receive continuing points toward certification.
Well, you've also done a lot in film work. I know you did the ice sculptures in the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
Right. We went up to Woodstock, Illinois, where they shot the film and made a lot of ice sculptures for that movie and a lot of other films they used to do in the Pittsburgh area.
Tonight for our party, we're doing like a nice aperitivo, a nice big party for, you know, cocktails and drinks, a nice buffet of food. I want to do something in the style of La Dolce Vita, okay? So what do you have in mind?
Oh, Vito, we have just the thing. We could make a lot of nice decorative sculptures. We can make sculptures not only decorative but functional. How about if we make a real nice gazebo, fountain for a display? It'll be lit, water, it'll have a dancing
Sounds great.
ballerina inside.
Let's do it. Let's get right to it.
Okay.
Man, finish it up, huh? Got a couple ice buckets now, a Dolce Vita luge. We'll explain that one later, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go to the party and set them up, Joe.
Great.
Well, we set up our ice luge from Joe Mastro's, and we finally got our liquor in. Now we're going to make our signature drink that I created for tonight, La Dolce Vita Aperitivo. Janelle's going to tell you how to make it.
For our signature drink, you need 1/3 sweet vermouth, 1/3 Campari, and 1/3 level vodka, garnished with a slice of orange.
Throwing down our ice luge. Good. And there it is. Mix it up and drink to the sweet life. Our appetizers are ready, the ice is set, and the guests are starting to arrive. The band We Three will play their original music and our theme song. I'll even grab my sax and jam with the band. Now, it's time to enjoy La Dolce Vita.
The moon was full and shining bright. There I was in the heat of the night. I found this place I like to go, even though it's far from home. It was there I fell in love. It was there I found my passion flowing far from my mind. Was the world I left behind. It was there I fell in love.
And Vito is going to join us with a little song here that I wrote a long time ago, about 1997, for our Buona Festa album. This is called Destino Rio. Vito DiSalvo. Right now we're going to play the theme song that Vito and I co-wrote last spring, La Dolce Vita. And this is going to be on an upcoming We 3 album, which will be released in sometime in October or November. The title of the album is La Dolce Vita. And of course, this will be the title cut.
Thank you to my sponsors and to my guests, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on La Dolce Vita. Ciao.
See the world spinning by. Jump on in for the ride. It's a life oh so sweet. Dolce Vita for me.